What is up, guys? This is Linthio coming at you with a discussion video today about the most recent erratas to banned cards, and the discussion that is it okay for Konami just to errata these cards and leave them at that. So as we all know by now, the erratas happened on these banned cards like Chaos Emperor Dragon and Crush Card Virus and Temple of the Kings and Exchange of the Spirit and Ring of Destruction and Sinister Serpent. And these cards are notably very, very broken from back in the day. Before their errata, they were incredible cards. Sinister Serpent can be and ahhing, but all the rest, personally, I think, are ridiculous. I have a problem with them doing this. The problem that I have is they're now looking at old cards and thinking, hey, let's just change how this works. Let's rewrite history the way that it never happened, pretend it never happened, and just make them more playable. Now, some people might say that it's actually healthy that they're revisiting some of these older cards to make them more playable and integrate them into the game, but I disagree. Why not just, as they have been doing with the Elemental Lords, just make up new cards that are more balanced? Because these cards, no matter which way you look at it, are still broken. And the only way that you make them not broken is by completely watering them down. That's what they've been doing with new cards that have come out. Like, as I said, the Elemental Lords. So, why are they now doing this? Are they running out of ideas? Cards like Chaos Emperor Dragon, even with the errata, should never come back. It's an incredibly unhealthy card and a very unfair one at that. One thing that I was thinking about is these cards that have been errated, they are so different from the original ones, the card text, that does this now mean that those originals are not allowed to be used in tournaments because they are so different and they work in such a different way? You're not allowed to use them, so therefore you have to buy the reprints. But what happens if the reprints are very hard to find? What if they are in very high rarities? These will automatically be chase cards. No doubt about that if they ever see the light of day. And it feels like a very shrewd business plan. That is, if they do it. If they ban these older prints of the card, to therefore you only have to use this new errated version. But if they do that, it means that everyone has to get all these cards again. I've got all the banned cards because they're some of my favourite cards. Crush Card, Chaos Emperor Dragon, I've got them because they're some of my favourite cards and they're just for me personally. But as an older player, I would feel kind of cheated at the fact that I wouldn't be able to use these cards that are so nostalgia to me. I couldn't use these versions that are that nostalgia, that have a big part of my Yu-Gi-Oh life, because I played in those formats and they were very fun, but at the same time they were hell on earth. Crush Card Virus was devastating. Chaos Emperor Dragon, devastating. All these cards were just crazy. And if Konami are just going to get trigger happy with these erratas, then it kind of begs the question, when's it going to stop? Is it going to get to the stage where a card is released in January, for example, turns out to be broken, next ban list, Konami go, well, we didn't really like that, so how about we just change the effect completely? It doesn't make sense to me. It feels like they aren't testing these things. It feels like R&D have just completely vanished. And while it might be controversial for me to say that, I can only just express my worry and my opinion at the fact that they are doing this, and that's what it looks like to us. It'd be very interesting to see why they are actually doing this, and I know that they're probably not going to actually say that, because at the end of the day it might not even hit the TCG for a while, but erratas are a thing, and they do come over to our game states, so if they are brought out with us, they have that errata. We look at Dark Strike Fighter, and how that was slightly errated to be more playable. Everyone was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, but now they're starting to do more. They've done a bulk 6 of them, and I kind of fear what they're actually gonna do, because there are a lot more ridiculous cards on that list, like Graceful Charity, like Painful Choice, like Delinquent Duo. All these cards are really, really strong, but if they're out of them, what are they gonna do? Delinquent Duo is gonna be maybe, can't activate it turn 1. You have to pay 5,000 life points. Graceful Charity, you draw 2, you discard 2. That's basically hand destruction. This, as I said, makes me worry. The way that they're going about changing these cards just willy-nilly. And it does, as I said, worry me. We think about the game state, and think about the new decks now, and the cards that these decks can just integrate with. People have been arguing that if Chaos Emperor Dragon came back, it wouldn't be good because every big deck kind of revolves around the graveyard. For me, that is a piss poor excuse. You can't look at it like that. You are losing your entire field. You are losing your entire hand. This card is still ridiculous, and the errata has done nothing to it. But what happens if Chaos Emperor Dragon's brought back? Konami realise, yeah, this card's still really ridiculous. They have two choices. They ban it. Banning it then makes the errata completely and utterly pointless and a waste of everyone's time. 2, they errata it again. Just means that they clearly haven't looked into how the card will integrate into the current meta. It seems sloppy, if I'm completely honest, and it really does just make me think, what is the reasoning behind this? Why are they doing it? So I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below about the erratas, and if you think there are going to be more, if you think they're just getting very trigger happy, and if anyone else is kind of worried at the way they're going about it. So I'm kind of sorry, I'm just speaking my personal opinion if people are offended by this and offended by what I've said, but at the end of the day, I'm a player and I'm concerned. So thank you very much guys, let me know down in the comment section below what you think, like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.